Photography is an art form that has been used by many activists to portray emotions without the use of words. Such photography has been used to speak out on political views and mock the stereotypes made about these groups of people, such as gender, class, and race. I will be analyzing two different forms of photography in the 20th century, created by two different women that transformed the roles of women in society. American artist, activist, and feminist Barbara Kruger was born in 1945 in New Jersey. She studied artists such as Marvin Israel and Diane Arbus during the time she was attending the Parsons School of Design in New York City. Kruger shortly afterward worked in graphic design for Condé Nast Publications at Mademoiselle magazine. Working as a graphic designer brought the biggest influences to her artwork as she started to portray her artwork in galleries. However, in 1976 she felt that her artwork had no meaning, so she consequently put a stop to developing new artwork for an entire year. In 1979, Kruger had created a signature style of using larger scale images overlaid with text. In her artwork, Kruger makes an effort to address the media and politics in such ways that the media addresses itself to us, the public. The phrases she uses laid over the black and white replicated images of the 1950s and 60s are direct and personal, as she uses terms such as I, we, and you. Barbara Kruger's image, untitled Your Body is a Battleground, was created for the Women's March on Washington in 1989 in an effort to protest the anti-abortion laws that counteracted Roe v. Wade. In an article published by the Broad Museum, it states that Barbara Kruger addresses media and politics in their native tongue, tabloid, sensational, authoritative, and direct. Kruger's words and images merge the commercial and art worlds, their critical resonance, cultural hierarchies. Everyone and everything is for sale. This image portrays a photograph close-up of a woman's face that has a vertical line straight down the middle, as well as the overlaid phrase, Your body is a battleground. At first glance, the image looks quite similar to the front page of a magazine. Kruger conveys this type of media portrayal as she uses white Futura bold lettering on red panels, which was oftentimes used for billboards displayed in public spaces. Furthermore, the lighting of the photograph of the woman is manipulated as well. Kruger brings the 1950s and 60s atmosphere of the image as she replicates the portrayal of women through the media during this time. Although we cannot see the clothes or jewelry she may have on, we can see that it was altered to have the same black and white style of photographs taken of women during the mid-20th century. The left side of the face is in black and white, as well as it shows a lighting that often highlights the youth of the woman as well as their physical features, such as the lips, eyes, cheekbones, and nose. On the right side, however, the face is shown through an inverse black and white filter of lighting. Consequently, her physical features are much more difficult to view. In an effort to protest anti-abortion laws, Kruger's image of this woman split into two halves in different lighting demonstrates how it may feel to be the center of the public eye. People may automatically make assumptions based on their gender due to stereotypes influenced through the media and start pushing gender roles. In this case, Kruger demonstrated that women have to fight the stereotype that women's bodies are solely used to carry a child while pleasing the opposite sex. Your body is a battleground emphasizes that women have to fight for the right to keep others out of their bodies. Similarly, artist Cindy Sherman uses photography to demonstrate the stereotypes of film in regards to women. Cindy Sherman is an American artist born in New Jersey in 1954. Her artwork plays with the visuals of art, gender, and photography. In her untitled film stills, she experiments with different identities. She photographs herself in different settings and lighting to resemble those women of the 1950s and 60s. An article published by MoMA Museum states that she started when she was only 23. These images rely on female characters and caricatures such as the jaded seductress, the unhappy housewife, the jilted lover, and the vulnerable knave. Sherman used cinematic conventions to structure these photographs. They recall the film stills used to promote movies from which the series takes its title. The 70 film stills immediately became flashpoints for conversations about feminism, postmodernism, and representation, and they remain her best-known works. Cindy Sherman's untitled film still number 25 brings a sense of familiarity. even if it is the audience's first time viewing the image. In a Philip Auctioneer's gallery, it is stated that the scenes that she captures are immediately familiar to the viewer, yet like moments of déjà vu, immediately slip from cognitive reach. Like perfunctory copies with no sign of an original, they are at once relatable and eerily distant, reflective of a world that is more cinematic than real. The black and white film still shows a woman dressed in a dark top and long skirt as she is standing near the edge of a bridge. The line in this still is demonstrated through the point of view of the woman. She is looking towards something to her right, parallel to the bridge she is standing on. She is surrounded by water and looks stiff as she is photographed, looking away from the camera. The woman is expressionless and cannot be read. However, we do know that she is living a moment only she can endure. Perhaps something happened before and she is expecting what is about to happen. We do not know, and Sherman emphasizes the idea that each character she develops is different and lives their own lives without knowing that they are being perceived. In an interview with Bomb magazine, Sherman reveals that her characters appear when the lighting is set. Therefore, there is a relationship between mood and atmosphere. In the untitled film still number 25, the obscure woman's eyes are highlighted, bringing depth to an image that cannot be read. We are not certain of this woman's feelings, but we can make predictions based on the stereotypes of film that Sherman mocks. This woman lives in an artificial world rather than real life, which is how most women in film during the 1950s were portrayed as. Their value was more cinematic as their beauty was the main focus, rather than portraying the raw and grotesque story of the character.